Today we're going to see if the 5 best wide receivers can save the 5 worst passing teams from last season. Now we're using the Madden 24 ratings to determine the 5 best receivers, pretty much the highest overall. We have Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill, CeeDee Lamb, AJ Brown, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they're going to the 5 worst passing teams. Now this was determined by the teams that had the least amount of passing yards last year. And dead last was the Carolina Panthers with 2,741 passing yards. Second to last was the New York Giants, and then you had the New York Jets, the Tennessee Titans, and the New England Patriots. So Jay Jettis, being listed as the highest overall wide receiver, is going to go to the worst passing team, the Carolina Panthers. They already added Deontay Johnson in the offseason, so now they upgrade their wide receiver core even more. Still have Thielen. Bryce Young has plenty of weapons to work with now. Will it be enough to help this team get into the playoffs though? Tyreek the Cheetah Hill, second highest rated wide receiver, tied for first, but he's listed second, is headed to the second worst passing team from last season, the New York Giants. Now they did lose their quarterback, Daniel Jones. They lost their backup for a while, Tyrod. They had to start DeVito, but now Daniel Jones is healthy. You have Tyreek leading the way, Singletary replacing Saquon. We'll see if that addition, along with guys like Brian Burns on defense, is enough to turn the Giants season around. Third highest rated receiver was CeeDee Lamb, and the third worst passing team was the New York Jets. Now we know a lot of it was because Rodgers got injured in the first game of the season, but now he's healthy with CD, Garrett Wilson, and Mike Williams, along with Tyron Smith at left tackle. Highest overall team we've seen so far in this video, and I think they should be the favorites to go the farthest. I mean, Hassan Reddick, new addition on defense. They're looking pretty good on paper. Reunited, and it feels so good. AJ Brown back in Tennessee, fourth highest rated wide receiver and the fourth worst passing team from last year, man. It just worked out that way. So it was meant to be. You have Calvin Ridley and DeAndre Hopkins, nasty trio at wide receiver for Will Levis. You have Pollard at running back replacing Derrick Henry. So offense looks a lot different. L'Jarius Sneed at CB1 with Cheeto Bay. Look out for Tennessee in this experiment. And then finally, Amon-Ra St. Brown up to a 95, well deserved. He's an absolute beast, and the Patriots struggled a lot last year, 5th worst passing team. So he's now in New England, along with Antonio Gibson backing up Ramondre. You have Jacoby Brissett, KJ Osborne, so an improved wide receiver core. They're going to look a lot different after the draft. You know, probably going to draft a quarterback, but as of right now, Amon-Ra helping out Jacoby. We'll see if that's enough to get them to the postseason. Going to play one drive on offense with all these wide receivers on their new team, and I'm pretty much going to target them every single play, especially in one-on-one coverage where AJ Terrell is not guarding Justin Jefferson. Sluggo seam is the play call. We're going deep. Jay Jettis going up and getting it. What a monster. And we are on all pro in simulation. They're going to man coverage. Nope. Yeah. Okay. Ian Thomas. Let's go. Jefferson taking a lot of attention away, and that frees up the tight end. I legit couldn't tell because he was so far behind him that I didn't know if it was man or zone, but either way, this looks like man coverage. Play action. Oh, I should have just went up. We're going to take off of Bryce. He can do this as well. Hopefully he does a little bit more in his sophomore season. Here comes Jefferson in motion. One man to beat. Oh, get off. Oh, another one. Ooh. Jesse Bates. Good tackle. See if Chuba can punch this bad boy in. Yes, sir. Chuba with some nice blocks. Panthers looking good with Jefferson in the lineup. Wow, 28 apiece late in the fourth quarter. And it looks like they're going to end up going to overtime. And the Panthers escape with the W in week 1. Bryce with 370 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Jefferson 7 for 118. Solid start. Great field position to start off with Tyreek and the G-Men. Daniel Jones off the play action. Yes, sir. Tyreek has a step. Can we get it to him? Beautiful pass and catch. 20-yard gain. Not sure if it's a smart idea to press Tyreek Hill like this, but let's see if it works out for him. Oh, Daniel Jones putting it on the money. Tyreek getting us down to the 2. Mr. Hill did his part. Now let's just run it right in with Mr. Singletary. Touchdown G-Men. Close game once again in the fourth quarter. Giants. Oh, they lose the lead at the last second and start off the season 0-1. Daniel Jones threw 2 interceptions, only 1 touchdown. Tyreek had 6 for 101. So at least he's getting his. This is the team that I have a lot of expectations for, at least in this experiment. I mean, look at this. Look at the CeeDee Lamb with Aaron Rodgers. I mean, that's just nasty. The 2 wide receiver sets. Garrett Wilson's not even in the game. That's how much talent they have at wide receiver in this experiment. Another play action on CD. Beautiful route, back-to-back catches. Man coverage, look at how they're double teaming CD. I'm guessing one of those guys is gonna come on a blitz. No, they're just double teaming him. X is open though. Yes, sir. CD clearing it out, freeing up space for Mike Williams. That dude is an absolute beast when he's healthy. If this Jets team stays healthy, they could be dominant. Breece Hall to the races. They can run the football as well. See if we can get a touchdown with our top 5 wide receiver, CD. Looks like man coverage. And there it is. CD holding on to that after a big hit. Jets tie this one up at 7, but they're down multiple possessions in the 4th quarter. Only ended up losing by 7, but still end up with the L. Rodgers with a nasty game. 3 touchdowns, no picks, 319 passing yards. CD with 12 for 134 and a touchdown. Safe to say he's gonna have a good season in New York. Time for the Titans and AJ Brown to see if they can move down the field. Get a touchdown their first drive. Okay, AJ beating that press with ease against Lattimore. Ooh, great swat by Marshawn. Gonna put AJ on a comeback. If it's not open, we're looking at Hopkins. Yes, sir. Great route. AJ Brown getting the first down. Man coverage with a blitz. So, I'm going to send him deep again. Yeah, I'm going to send him deep, man. You cannot press AJ Brown like that. Too easy. Touchdown number 11. That's why he's top 5. Let's see if the Titans can get off to a good start in their season. 21-7 at one point. Make it 28, no, 35-7. Will Levis liking this new addition, it seems. 5 touchdowns, no picks, almost 350 yards for Will Levis. Is that a perfect pass rate? No, close to a perfect pass rate in it. AJ, 6 for 151 and 2 touchdowns. Every wide receiver is cooking so far. And last but not least, let's see if Amon-Ra can help the Patriots get off to a good start in game number 1. There we go, catching that one with Bradbury draped all over him. That's what he does, man. Dude just makes plays. Extremely underrated. I'm glad he's up to a 95. That means someone's paying attention. Okay, look at Ramondre. When you get that passing game going, it opens up the run game. Ramondre down inside the 15. We struggle near the goal line, and now we have to settle for 3. Still not a terrible start. Close game against the Philadelphia Eagles, tied up late in this one. Eagles take the lead, but here come the Patriots. Overtime again. Eagles get a field goal, but the Patriots get a touchdown. And Jacoby Brissett, 4 touchdowns, 357 yards, only 1 interception, and they escape with the dub. Look at this. Amon-Ra, 14 for 164 and 3 touchdowns, only 1 drop. Nasty start for all of them. Now let's sim to the playoffs and see if all 5 of these great wide receivers can help these teams get there. All right, starting off in the NFC, Eagles, Cowboys, top 2 seeds. Panthers go 7-10 with Jefferson. Giants go 1-16 with Tyreek Hill. Meanwhile, the AFC, Texans go 14-3. The Jets go 11-6, and they're the only one of our 5 teams to make it. The Patriots go 9-8, so at least they finished above 500 with Amon-Ra. Titans go 7-10 with AJ Brown. So now we see how far CD Lamb and New York can go.
The Patriots finished 8th in passing yards.
Jacoby with a nice season, almost 4,000 passing yards, 31-14 ratio. Ramondre, good season on the ground. Amon-Ra, 91 for 1356 and 12 touchdowns. Led his team in all 3 categories.
The Titans finished 21st in passing yards.
Levis with a pretty solid season. 26 touchdowns, 12 picks, 3,500 yards. Pollard over 1,000 yards rushing. AJ Brown over 1,000 yards receiving. Tied for the 2nd most receptions behind DeAndre Hopkins, but had the most receiving touchdowns on the team.
The Jets finished 2nd in passing yards.
Aaron Rodgers, 40 touchdowns, only 10 picks, 4,500 yards. Back to the MVP Rodgers that we've seen the past. 1,200 yards rushing for Breece Hall, 11 rushing touchdowns, same amount of touchdowns as Mike Williams had through the air, but CD with 92 receptions, 1,200 yards, and 15 receiving touchdowns, most on his team in 2 of those 3 categories. Nasty 1-2 punch. Wilson was solid too.
The Giants finished 26th in passing yards.
Now for the Giants, it looks like Daniel Jones threw a little too many interceptions, almost had the same amount as touchdowns, 20-19 ratio. Singletary did his thing on the ground, 3.6 yards per carry though, maybe too much running. Tyreek, 82 for 1,200 and 5 touchdowns. So not a bad season at all.
The Panthers finished 10th in passing yards.
And finally, the Panthers, once again, Bryce probably threw a little too many interceptions. 14, only 6 less than the amount of touchdowns he threw, but almost had 4,000 yards. Chuba had over 1,000 yards rushing, and Adam Thielen had over 1,000 yards receiving. Jefferson was just over 50 yards away from reaching that milestone. 68 catches, 8 touchdowns. Lamar wins MVP. Rodgers finishes is top 3 behind Mahomes. Now the Jets have a first round matchup against the Bills. Same team they started the season against and a division rival. We're gonna watch the first drive from this team. Oh, they get a stop on defense. Interception by CJ Mosley. So here they go, already in Bills territory. Rodgers under center with that great wide receiver core. They're gonna decide to run the football first. Breece Hall with a nice burst, picking up the first down. Third down and manageable. Once again, Bills only send 4. It frees up a wide open CeeDee Lamb. First touchdown in the postseason. Gonna send to the end. If it's still close, we will hop in. Jets off to a really good start in this one. Defense doing a great job against this amazing offense led by Josh Allen. I know they lost Stephon Diggs, but they still have an elite quarterback. The Jets with a nice dominant performance in game 1, 27-3. 3 touchdowns, 300 yards passing for Aaron Rodgers. Credit to the Jets defense holding Josh Allen in check. 1 interception, no touchdowns for him. CD with 9 for 125 and 3 touchdowns, showing the difference a great wide receiver can make. But now they have to play against the 1 seed Houston Texans with CJ Stroud and the aforementioned Stephon Diggs and company. All right, let's see if the Jets defense can get a stop on their first drive. No, that was a pretty fast touchdown by CJ Stroud. That was a pass to Joe Mixon for a 70-yarder. Now let's see if the Jets can answer back with a touchdown drive of their own. Rodgers on his first pass goes to CD, but that's a nice deflection. This Texans team is no joke, man. I expect them to make a deep playoff run this upcoming season. Here comes the blitz. Rodgers getting rid of it. Nice pass. A handoff to Breece Hall. Yep, right up the gut. Breece with a nice first down, but there's a flag. It's probably coming back. Yep, holding on the offense. Elijah Vera Tucker, the culprit, makes it a 3rd down and 8. Rodgers with plenty of weapons to throw to. There's another blitz. Conklin with a nice catch, keeping the drive alive. Jets end up settling for a field goal. Not a bad start. Straight to the 4th quarter. I mean, this Texans team is really good, so I would not be surprised to see them give the Jets a very tough game. And that's exactly what we're seeing, man. Very high scoring game, 24-21 at halftime. We're in the 4th quarter now. Jets taking over. 1 possession game. They still have the football, and they're going to hold on to the lead. 438 yards passing for Rodgers. 2 touchdowns and no picks. Both quarterbacks put on a clinic. Run games were doing their thing as well. Mixon, 8.7 yards a carry, but Garrett Wilson, the story of the game, 9 for 150, 2 touchdowns. Williams did his thing. Same with CD, 5 for 75. He had those 2 drops, but he still bounced back and helped his team win. Gonna be another tough game. This time, Lamar and the Ravens are the opponent. Can they get a stop on defense? Yes, but they're backed up in their own territory. Probably need Breece Hall to help them get out of this predicament. Let's see if they decide to go to him on 1st and 10. No, it's a pass. Rodgers is gonna try to take off. Oh, he gets taken down after 1-yard gain. Empty backfield once again. 4-man rush from Baltimore. Oh, this time it's incomplete. Try to go to Conklin. And I think that's the first 3 and out to begin the game for this Jets team in the playoffs. Ravens strike first. They get a field goal, but the Jets get the first touchdown of the game. We're on a seesaw. Both teams taking the lead. Now we're in half number 2. The Jets already have 28 big ones on the board. This team can score in bunches, man. All that talent at wide receiver is going to take them to the Super Bowl. Another nasty performance by Aaron Rodgers. 5 touchdowns, no picks. 380 yards passing. He's having himself an incredible playoff run. CD 10 for 99 and a touchdown. Everyone got a touchdown on New York. Quick recap of the team schedule, man. You can see they start off a little shaky. Lost 3 of the first 4, I believe. Went on a nice win streak near the end of the season. Lost to the Patriots in the last game. But in the postseason, you can see no funny business, man. They're just winning it on their own. Scoring a lot of points in the process. But now they have to beat the Philadelphia Eagles, a team that just lost A.J. Brown in this experiment. So should have the upper hand. Once again, they're starting off on defense. Can they get a stop? No, Philadelphia does get points, albeit only a field goal, so not the worst thing in the world. Here comes Aaron Rodgers, trying to avoid getting another 3, and now Breece Hall, nice stop and goal. Oh my goodness, this dude is nasty, man. Do not sleep on a Jets running game. Another run. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. The Eagles cannot stop the run. I form. Breece not gonna get the carries. Play action. Rodgers gonna step up, throw to the end zone. It's intercepted. intercepted. They probably should have just ran the football the way Brees started this game off, but instead it's a mistake by Rodgers. Still plenty of time to come back in this one. Game's not over yet, okay? Even though the Eagles are up 17-0 at one point, Jets finally get on the board late in the second quarter. 17-10 in the third quarter. The Jets staying in this one possession game. Philly has 3 turnovers. The Jets only have 1, and somehow they're still losing. Eagles gonna put the icing on the cake with that touchdown run from Saquon Barkley, and CeeDee Lamb helped the Jets go from a bottom 5 passing team to the Super Bowl. So, I mean, he definitely had a huge impact. CD did his thing, okay? Thanks for watching to the end. Subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll see you on the next one.